Point events, and it'll give you all the info on the Rising Storm that is happening right now, the PvE event on Overwatch. But let's look from the less competitive side. Let's look into some PvP blankets. British Hurricane, the undefeated team so far, going up against Shoes Money Crew.
And Hurricane is literally the Rising Storm of European contenders right now. See if they can break the curse of if you're undefeated in group stage, you never make it to finals, or win, that is.
You never win.
You never win. But Shoes Money Crew already, they are on the Winston. We expected this. JK Law was touted as an amazing Winston at the beginning of this season, but he wasn't able to play it too much. But now Winston's been buffed up, they have it in play.
And he's opted to run it into Numlock's Reinhardt, and he's getting that first kill onto Danin. Not the main tank going down, rather the budget main tank in the form of Brigitte. JK Law jumps to safety, onto the back line as well, trying to find a way to get Bucket. We'll go down with the help of Malford. Gustad even picking up Yofi as well. So it's Shoes Money Crew taking the lead here, trying to get that first cap, but there's resistance still coming out from British Hurricane. This is until they seal the deal as Obling picks up a double.
This is a really great beginning push there from Shoes Money Crew. JK Law makes the dive onto Daned in that situation, and as he's doing 80% damage to the shields now, only 48 DPS rather than it being halved as before, he makes Brigitte a reliable dive target. Once you remove her, you remove the shield bash, you remove the whip shot, and the Winston's much more free to roam around. And we saw that as he got the pick up onto Bucket, which stops a lot of that damage coming through from British Hurricane that we're relying on to clean up that fight.
And Bucket going down early has created a vast distance between him and Slur in terms of ultimate charge. So that's about to get that Transcendence online to be able to use this in the next fight. Should Hurricane force it out? That self-destruct coming in nice and early from Mob will take out Bucket, so he's been denied even further here. As Slur just going to have luxury. I don't think Shoes Money Crew have to exert themselves to win this fight. Hurricane can't stay in it and will back off and give more percentage over as JK Law pops that primal rage to keep the fight going and get more ult charge out of these teams. He wants to chase after Lucio. I know he wants it. Go around the corner, use the double jump reset to make sure Yofi goes down with the help of Mol, getting to 60%. But British Hurricane, they got the buffet of ults online to try and go for the retake.
And this is why we were so excited to see JK Law on this Winston. He's got such expertise on it. It's great to see him on it now, but like you said, a lot of ultimates coming into the next fight. Obling, however, does have the rally, so I would expect an early rally play from Shoes Money Crew, trying to cripple this team in terms of ultimate charge.
The one person they want to cripple is JK Law, as they're going to drop a self-destruct on his head and the Graviton. It's two ults just to take out that Raging Monkey. Shoes Money Crew might not be able to contest with this one, but they can force out the percentage here into final fight territory indefinitely. They're stalling this one out. Moth will eventually go down. Hurricane have now got themselves firmly on the point. They haven't cleared it off entirely, and this starts to become problematic. If Shoes Money Crew can get this to 99%, they only need to win one fight to seal the deal, and they've done just enough to do that.
And they take the strategic L there on that fight. Shoes Money Crew now going to come in back into this fight with some excellent ultimates to use, specifically the Graviton versus British Hurricane not having one. They do have a few supportive ultimates online, specifically Transcendence and Sound Barrier, so they have to weather the storm from Shoes Money Crew. JK Law also knows he needs to switch over the Reinhardt so he can go for the retake without worrying about the shatter from Numlock.
That's what he's going to go for first. They hold him in the corner. Fire Strike goes through, looking for the charge in. Shadow will be planted onto the back line. Seeing as JK Law wasn't there to block it out. Sound Barrier forced out early as well as the rally. They move forward into British Hurricane. The Sound Barrier has to come out for the re-engage from the Academy team as JK Law's about to get that shatter online. Now it's Numlock who needs to be conscious. Danet's already found Mal, so he won't have that protective barrier. It's risky. He could be stunned up. He could be charged away. He could be booped out of it as well. Shoes Money Crew know that. They're going to concede some more territory.
This is great. I think by getting that 98% early, you force British Hurricane in a situation where every fight is crucial or pivotal for them here. And Shoes Money Crew can just back away and just continue to build up their ult economy whilst forcing out even more from British Hurricane. Now they have no supportive ultimates online. They can just use this bomb to engage.
They're going to send it into the corner pocket, and unfortunately that shatter won't be enough to make that bomb work. JK Law going down before Slur can get there for assistance. Numlock as well charging off. Malf will answer with a kill onto Bucket. He's getting close to a Transcendence of his own. Hurricane don't need it. If they can get a fast reset here, Shoes Money Crew can go for one more contest because we're sitting at about 75% right now.
That is so sad though, because in that situation, they're all shattered. We saw the Diva Bomb going towards the back, but he doesn't pick up anyone. So what, I think it was blocked by some pillar or something in the back.
It landed on the rooftop, unfortunately.
Really
and everyone was shattered underneath it.
Yeah, so super unfortunate for this team. Now British Hurricane, they have so much to work with, and now it's last fight territory for them. They can create so much space with this bomb and then unload it into a shatter afterwards. They like to use this combo of the self-destruct into the shatter quite often.
There you go, they try to go for the boop there. Yofi's aim not quite on, but Numlock just walks forward anyway. Mouse being that first victim of the fight. They turn no attention to Molf, who's sitting on the back line. He's been paid a Discord orb to disappear by Bucket, and they're trying to make them do that. Slur's Transcendence, just a fraction too late again to save his main tank, as soon as working towards a grab to close out the show. Plants it right on top of Obling. He's got nowhere to go. There's no Transcendence to save him. British Hurricane may have started off a little bit slow, but they are at altitude and will take the first round of Oasis.
They're heated up. They're ramped it up in a big way here versus Shoes Money Crew. From pretty much 0 there to 99 versus 99, a higher pressure scenario. We've seen Hurricane come back from those situations many, many times. Very unfortunate for Shoes Money Crew. That Morphic Bomb could have closed it out all there because it would have picked up both the supports. Super unfortunate. Now we're going over to University. Here we're going to see free mirrors definitely to get on that point and just try and stick it out with the large health pools of the tanks and with that support from the back line.
Mouse is getting a taste of land right now. He's playing from a BYOC.
He is.
And he's probably got the boys cheering him on as he plays in a mixed tournament. But it's going to be interesting. Will that energy pass on to him in order to rise above it? Because he had a couple of questionable decisions yesterday in their match on Junkertown against 1point in particular. The grab not quite finding its mark. And hopefully we don't see any of that today as Shoes Money Crew lead onto the point and get the positional control and against Hurricane for now.
Even more dangerous now is the Lucios. With the knockback changes, even easier to knock Reinhardt's into the lower levels of the map.
Don't even need to knock him into the lower levels. They just knock him out straight up. Daned easily picks up JK Lol. Suna's going to be traded for that. In the instance, they're going to have D-Mex traded as well, but Mouse comes out ahead. Takes out Happy Cool. Molf will disappear as well. So no definitive advantage to a team on this point so far, as it will still be contested. Both shields walking forward. Yofi, buying off more than he can choose. Slur getting the assassination onto the Frog. Danner's going to take a dip down to the hole, and now Reinhardt's left without a reinforcement. A solo shield, he charges the pool. Still finds Gustav despite being booped back. He may have guaranteed his own death with that one. Transcendence comes out from Slur, follows up with the Shatter, not blocked out. And they want to press forward, stop the reinforcements coming in. Drop Molfig on the back line. JK Lol cornered for Hurricane to capture. And the thing is, Blank, while this is going on, no one's captured a point. No one's benefiting from an elongated fight. And now Hurricane will start getting percentage.
The people that did come out of that fight, though, a little bit on top here is Shoes Money Crew now. Although they weren't able to take the point, they do now have rally advantage coming his next fight, so they can definitely take the initiative here, but they need to commit to it. JK Lol often goes far forward and doesn't get that support from the back line, but here we're hoping they all go together.
Suna doesn't have a barrier to save himself, so he throws out the grab instead. Numlock's going to press into Obling and easily deal with him as he swings his hammer and turns his attention to the master of the Squire. But Slur able to deal with him quite handily as the bomb will clear the point for Shoes Money Crew to get a lead. Mouse finding Daned. Yofi jumps on for even more of a stall, but Mouse again burns through him. He's sitting at 90 plus energy. It's easy for him to pick up these kills, especially when Molf does it. Comes in and cleans up afterwards.
Nice flip there from Shoes Money Crew. Suna just got the grab online and was hoping to deter that aggression by using a counter grab in that situation. Unfortunately, their grab just a little bit too close, and JK Lol can just about hit the tip of his hammer into that graviton there, so they're able to clean that one out with a few beginning picks. Now coming his next one, so many supportive ultimates, and Happy Cool likes to use this bomb creatively.
Daned's already gone down though. It doesn't matter. You might not even have to use that bomb from Happy Cool. Still early days in this round. The Slur takes out Daned and presses the pause on Hurricane. As Obling's going to be caught out by a Shatter. Slur and Molfig fall for the same trick, and Suna's there. Clean them up afterwards on the Zarya. JK Lol committing the Shatter is a questionable decision. I don't think this is a fight you can win, especially after you get dropped as well. Mouse has to vacate the point, wants to keep his energy. If he goes down here, that's going to be a very hard reset for Shoes Money Crew.
And it's a costly misplay during that last fight from Shoes Money Crew. Slur and Gustav drop both support ultimates at the same time, denying value overall. And then you get shattered in that situation. You want Gustav to still be alive on the high ground so he can beat the Shatter and then enable the re-engage. Here, now British Hurricanes just propelled themselves into ult economy lead at 52%. This is where things start to look a little bit dangerous. They win this fight with just one ulti.
Barry will spare JK Lol for now, but there's nothing to stop Numlock from charging him across the point. One kill was all Hurricane needed to close out that fight. And now Shoes Money Crew just don't want to give anything else over here as we're starting to enter a dangerous territory for them.
very, very dangerous. And this is like the wastelands for Shoes Money Crew at the moment. They come back in its next one. They have that rally again, but this time Danag can mirror that and prevent that aggression overall. And they've got both support ultimates online, and that play is still costing Shoes Money Crew neither support ultimates online as of yet.
Feeling the effects of that one just ripple through the rest of this round. It might have just cost them flat out Oasis. Tactical's looking for the right angle to plant this bomb in. Goes up and over, won't commit to it yet. Does get D-Max, so goes for the fast remake. A lot of pressure being applied to him to force that one out. Very good there. They're going to just sit Morphic's bomb on the point. Transcendence being deployed out by Bocker to keep him up. There's the counter engage, and Slur gets this Transcendence in online and on time to save JK Lol. There's the shadow being put in, still blocked out by the shield. No one's going to feel the effects of that one as Happy cleans up JK Lol from behind. They press forward, knowing the main tank can't block out the damage. Sound Barrel from Gustav comes out, so he didn't layer the support ultimates this time, and it increases their win percentage significantly. But Bucket's taken out Morphic, so he's moving the favor back towards British Hurricane. They're starting to clean up here, close this one out. University makes it 2 rounds to take Ilios, take Oasis.
It's a very convincing Oasis as well from Hurricane, despite that rough start that they had. University looked like it was completely in their control there. And I think Hafiko, if you look at this team in depth, and they hardly ever use the Grav Bomb anymore. That combo seems to be something of the past right now. Instead, Hafiko uses the bomb very creatively, knocks it on that high ground there for a short amount of time, which denies all the follow-up coming into that Graviton that Mao's dropped down, which was their win condition in that fight. So Hafiko shuts it all down, and once you give Hurricane that ult lead, they are not likely to give it up.
1 map down for British Hurricane in this semi-final. We've now upped the stakes and upped the caliber or the benchmarks to win, shall we say. You got 3 more maps to win. You get first to 4 maps will seal the deal. We definitely got at least 3 more coming. Could have some more if Shoes Money Crew bring it back. Come back after the break to find out if they will. Dominance so far from British Hurricane. They're a team looking to break that curse we have in Europe. In fact, we've talked about it a couple of times towards the end of the group stage. Since the beginning of Overwatch Contenders as a tournament, especially in Europe, no team that has gone undefeated in the group stage has gone all the way to finals and then successfully won the season. So Hurricane wants to be the first team to break that. They had the undefeated season so far. They are the favorites coming into playoffs. And now I need to follow up with a bit of a mistake I made. Now, I'm getting ahead of myself here when it comes to format. And I said it was first to 4 maps. They have 3 more maps to win. I lied. It's first to 3 still here on the semi-finals. It will then jump to first to 4 maps when we hit our final, which is on Friday, the 3rd of May.
You just want to keep everyone on the toes, Tridd. That's what you're
doing.
Keep
you guessing. Not,
yeah, exactly.
Not let you know how these things are going to go down, because who knows? It could end shorter than you think it might do.
Could do.
British Hurricane, I don't think they want to let this go beyond 3 maps, Blank.
No. And I mean, like you say, if they did get all the finals and they succeed there, that would be a very nice record for an Academy team to hold. Next map, though, is Blizzard World. This is historically Shoes Money Crew's best map when it comes to hybrid. They're able to play that Winston quite often. But then again, I think this is a map where British Hurricane can very much succeed as well as here. There is a long sight lines available for Haficool on DPS, but so far it looks like they're having a lot of success on this free composition that they're playing. So we might see a lot of that here, rather than them pulling out the Swiss Army knife that is Haficool.
Yeah, there's not been too much variation here so far from Hurricane. They do have the options available to them, and we'll see if they will run out with the variation we have so hotly touted so far. They didn't really need to. The one map we expected to see the DPS on, City Center, never came round. They just ended it in 2 rounds. We didn't get the 3rd and final
Sad
one.
times.
We have seen some more DPS-orientated compositions on point A of Blizzard World. And that might be an option for Shoes Money Crew who go on the offense first. But I'm more interested in British Hurricane right now. We spoke about 2 players who got buffed by the patch changes, Numlocked and Bocket.
Bocket is the second one because he now gets to play the Ana. Fully licensed medic in real life and in game. This guy has a lot to work with, but we're already seeing Obling on Symmetra. Could go for a very aggressive play here with a teleport to deny the initial engage.
They just want to get past them, it looks like, but they're just staying in the spawn room, change it out. In fact, you can see a Bastion come out from Slur just to clear the territory right outside of their spawn room. So that kind of shenanigans not going to be going well, but they're opting to go for the Moira flavor instead of this one into Bocket's Ana.
This seems questionable to me because if Bocket can hit a large anti-nade, it pretty much shuts down any of the healing that comes out from Moira. Because remember, guys, what she does so well is just healing all in all. Already, Bocket's hit a big one onto Mouse and JK lol. If we see more of the same when they do initially start its engage, things could go very poorly very quickly.
Bocket gonna hit it. He just uses the terrain so well. Sleep Dart will be cancelled out by a protected barrier, and he's dislodged from that high ground position with the rest of his team, but they're together. They're still alive. This is still going on for British Hurricane as they're dancing around. Numlock wants to get that charge and jumps in. He's already got the Primal Rage. Just able to shoot this Tesla cannon through so many members of Shoes Money Crew and gain the ult. Coalesce is coming out nice and early, but there's the Primal Rage to disrupt the fight and keep them from standing in the lines. They can all get the benefit of that healing. You just start throwing it into chaos, trying to isolate a target out of terrain as the first Graviton Surge comes out. Sooner getting that one on incredibly fast, but there's been no capitalization until Danid comes in and cleans up Obling. JK Lol hits the Shatter, but no one else is going to be pounded into the ground by that one, and he's going to deflect them away and interrupt JK Lol's charge to safety. Bocket will be there to pick up the kill off the back of a huge anti-nade and a combination from the supports of British Hurricane.
Yeah, Danid has been so consistent this entire season on the Brigitte. Sure, we want to see some DPS out of this lad, but his Brigitte is insane. Like, he makes some great plays here, and as we saw in the last round, rally usage is just as good. He commits with the rest of his team. One thing I really like, though, is Numlock using that Primal during that fight. It provided enough time to get the Nano available for
That was a good deflection there. Obling actually used the Rocket Flow Whip to keep the Nano boosted Winston out of that tight corridor. The sound barrier is now being used, and Mouse is having his grab denied. He was out sync with Sooner. He's about to get another grab of his own online. This could be big for British Hurricane to deflect another offense from Shoes Money Crew, as they've already down. So they've used so many ultimates this fight, but Bocket's gone down. He did get the Nano boost off to Winston. There's the Graviton Surge, sending Happy up there with the bomb. No protected barriers. Oh, the shielding there. He finds 2 onto Obling and Gustav, and they still carry on the fight. But Mouse, trying to put the team on his back with this Saria, takes out Yofi, but he's going to need to find more than that to keep in this fight. And he does just that. Numlocked, biting off more than he can chew as Mouse cleans cleans him up after he goes in for the dive. Shoes Money Crew, I think they've done enough here, Blank, to capture point A and move this into the payload section of the map.
Yeah, and it's semi-quick. Hurricane has been known to hold teams for a long time here on point A itself. British Hurricane coming to the next fight with that rally, so they can go for an aggressive play here. Shoes Money Crew, the best thing about that fight is they removed Bocket early on, so maybe a miscommunication from British Hurricane there where Bocket wanted to go. But once they isolated him, took him out, then you have no Ana, and more importantly, if you're not playing the Zen, you don't have that Transcendence, so it's very easy for Shoes Money Crew just to brawl that one out. Slur does make the switch over to the Zen now, so he can better take down
Miles, what are you doing, lads? You've already been taken out by Bocket, and this just opens it up for Hurricane to guarantee they will get some semblance of a stall on this first choke and start eating away at the time bank of SMC.
That's a pretty bad stagger as well for you, because now it allows British Hurricane, like you say, to set up underneath this arch. And where there's so many good corners for Numlock to play, where he can deny any pressure coming out from Slur in the backline, just by using the geometry of the map, this provides a great setup for their defense.
They're going to concede that archway for now and let Shoes Money Crew come into their territory a little bit more. They probably have plans what to do with them once they're in the front door. Probably going to close it, lock it behind them, and send them all to the basement. Zobbling will stun up Numlocks, and there's nothing really going to be lost there as the Shatter's planted into JK Lol's shield. We'll have the protected barrier, but now we're looking to Mouse to get that grab online, pulling them together, gets that Transcendence out. Self-destruct charge actually missing from JK Lol. Molfix still finding Danid, follows up with a Shatter onto the back line. Numlock takes a nap, but will try and get out here with that protected barrier until the rest of SMC clean it up and get this payload back in motion.
And they break the defense relatively quickly for where they were holding. It's quite difficult to break that one there, but they also come out on the other side with great ultimates to use in the next fight. All 3 supportive ultimates available, and taking the high ground means it's very difficult for British Hurricane to try and remove this one. Unfortunately, Mouse does fall down, so they have to concede it, which gives it up for British Hurricane to take the initiative from the high ground now.
Just gives them such a good platform to build their defense off of. And they just stay up here. Suna has a great advantage with this Graviton Surge. He isolates Miles and drops the team on top of it. Transcendence comes in, but there's a charge taken away for JK Lol, just to be found out by Happycool. Numlock as well. He was the one to deal with Miles, charging him off screen. He loves doing this. Numlock has been so good, in particularly on Blizzard World, to be able to get these charges in, isolate the team, and now he's just giving us one for the highlight reel. He takes out Gustav on the retreat.
You're so right. I'm surprised that charge didn't actually pick up Gustav there. He kind of just shoulder barged him to the side.
Boomed him, so to speak.
He absolutely did boom him. British Hurricane, they're going to be relying on this Shatter coming into this next fight, though. Sure, Shoes Money Crew have an aggressive push coming out with the sound barrier and the rally. So I think it does come down to this Earth Shatter and how they use it to deny the pressure. Bocket's not quite as Transcendence yet. Most likely going to get it during this fight, though. The man puts out massive amounts of DPS.
So double support ultimates for British Hurricane, going to be able to layer those ones if they have to, if everything starts going wrong. Obviously, you want to avoid that. Nice boop off the side there from Yofi. He just shuts down any semblance of a defense of the Shatter. And Numlock comes in big to shut everyone down, getting that D-Mech from Molf. Now the sound barrier comes out. He's going to have time to get back into that mech, but he's getting closer to that one. Bocket's still sitting on that Transcendence. The sound barrier was traded out by Yofi as we're moving into overtime now. This is the final fight for Shoes Money Crew. And if they can't pull it together, it's all over for their Blizzard World offense. Transcendence comes out from Slur in the nick of time, keeps everyone topped up and moving them forward. There's the Graviton Surge. Rocket's going to bring his own one. Shadow off to the side, still blocked out. JK Lol throwing everything and the kitchen sink. And British Hurricane to break this, but Molfy's gone down. Bocket sniping him on the back line. Shadow planted into his shield, but it was enough to find a couple of members of Shoes Money Crew. And the bomb and the Graviton, it's all she wrote for SMC's offense. British Hurricane end it shy of point B.
And this is exactly what British Hurricane do so well. They're used to this basic playstyle that Shoes Money Crew is showing us right now. Sure, they play the basic playstyle of 3-3 very well. You grab, you bomb, you try and bash the Reinhardt whilst they're in it. But Hurricane are so good and so used to that, they can just deny all that. They save the projected barrier, pop that onto Numlock, as you do see Oblin come in for the shield bash. And Numlock just has a bead on this self-destruct wherever it goes. So when they come out of that fight, they come out on top because then they have remaining ultimates to clear out the fight. So really impressed how British Hurricane are playing this, and they're using pacing to their advantage. Shoes Money Crew unable to keep up with this, and I think if they are to defend this right now, they need to show us something a little bit more interesting.
But what a play by Yofi, though. Just
amazing.
Just coming in out of nowhere. I love the favorite thing about watching Lucios, especially when it's being spectated, is when they come in from the side of the screen at Mach 5, either punch, sound wave, or just get a kill, and then as fast as they come in, they leave the screen as well. And he just basically had a massive drive-by on JK Lol and sets Numlock off perfectly for that shatter. There was nothing Shoes Money Crew could have done there. How could you predict that and see that coming?
I mean, the where he's holding as well is just really difficult because he's all the way on top. I'm not even sure if you hear him at that point. Drops down, bops him off. So they knew exactly what was going on there. So it's almost as if it's a set play that was made upon the spot, and they knew they had that shatter had to be big in getting a better ultimate lead there. And then they're just able to hold on. That 2 minutes afterwards just comes down to the fact that Shoes Money Crew are able to keep up. This time round, we are going to see that interesting look. Slur goes over to the Ana, JK Lol on that Winston. Hopefully we can see more of the same that we saw on Gardens from Oasis, where JK Lol is super commanding. But this time, British Hurricane taking a little bit of an interesting rotation to kind of deny a lot of that pressure.
The exact opposite of what SMC did. They might have to rotate round to the right-hand side, take the high ground away from them. But for now, they're actually going to go back to the Spore room. Maybe they've seen something they don't like and don't like their odds right now. And there's going to be a couple of adaptations. I think Numlock might have gone back to the Spore room to change over to the Winston and come back to try and contest and follow JK Law if he goes for a dive.
Yeah, and the major thing here for me is how HappyCool shuts down Slur. Can he remove those bio grenades, those sleep darts that are really going to hinder Numlock when he's trying to go to the high ground?
Look at the re-engage coming out. So they send JK Lol down, and it's Numlock, and then as well HappyCool going up onto that high ground. Did get slept that time, so there wasn't a protective barrier to deny that, nor the shielding. But it's being donated to Numlock. He's going to drop down. They're still trying to cut him off, like you say, Blank, and keep him away from that one. Jumps over the top. JK Lol's already found Bucket, so it's going to be a successful dive coming in from Shoes Money Crew. Not so much from British Hurricane, as this offense is just going to be shut down, riposted back to the spawn room. It's completely under the control of SMC.
And this is the tempo change that I wanted to see from Shoes Money Crew. In that situation where your Ana is cut off, a normal person might think, let's go help our Ana, but instead, JK Lol makes the call that we're going to go onto their backline whilst they're preoccupied with trying to kill Slur. Slur has a lot of tools to keep himself alive, the sleep dart and the bio grenade, so I think that's a very good call coming out from Shoes Money Crew. Now they have a good set of ultimates coming into this next fight. There's potential for a hold, and because that one took so long, there's only 2 minutes remaining right now.
Sleep dart, a little bit of a panic fever dream state coming in there for Slur, but he does get the nano boost off onto JK Lol. Trying to find a target to find with this one, the empowered Tesla cannon. Grouped around, but he pops the Primal Rage as well. Nearly went for a swim, so he's going to have to be careful playing around these environmentals. He didn't want to fall folly to that. Self-destruct will come down. There's the Graviton Surge immediately answered by the Transcenders. Beat comes out as well as they're separated off the point. Switch Hurricane trying to find a way in here. HappyCool still sitting on a self-destruct. He's going to send it in with Winston instead of being in the mech with him for the dive. This one all placed on top of JK Lol as he's booped around. Will still stay on the map, but buys enough time for HappyCool to re-mech and contest this one. Jumps back, but finally he's gone down. HappyCool finds him on the retreat with those jump packs. He wants to get back to the rest of his team. Now Hurricane needs to press the advantage here. Molf is isolated. He should be your next target. 100 energy for Sooner. It's an easy pickup. Yofi comes in with the final. But it's going to be British Hurricane getting point A. You're going to have a significant time bank here to push into the escort section.
Yeah, and they only have to go halfway through point B. I think much of that fight would stop short for British Hurricane just because of how much pressure JK Lol was applying to the backline where they were having to move back. Once JK Lol went down, there was a very clear focus on the front line for British Hurricane. Remove Mouse, remove Molfig, and we win this fight. Slur now with the nano, most likely going to pop that onto JK Lol and see if they can retain control of the archway here and put themselves in a position to hold.
I don't think they might be able, I don't think they're going to be able to get control of this archway. And the nano boost already going down onto JK Lol. Just jumping around for now, playing it slowly, but he's low HP. The damage resistance not enough to keep him up. It's Happy plays Sweeper onto that one. No choke coming in here. Even 3 minutes onto this home stretch, or effective home stretch with the checkpoint. It's not looking good for SMC.
They're so close to match point already.
Yeah.
Obbling with the rally. Shoes Money Crew coming up on a couple of more ultimates here. But it's looking bad. Look at all the green ticks on British Hurricane's side right now.
Sooner is waiting in the wins here for SMC to come out, drops it immediately and shuts down JK Lol, the mobile, the problem child, shall we say. Happy's already found Gustav,
is this
and
done?
JK Lol's just done! Blizzard World, I don't know if you're going to be able to stay up here. The barrier comes in to try and save Molfig and get the remake, but he's not able to find it. He's going to have to try and get his own mech back as JK Lol switches over to the Reinhardt. Sooner then takes him out. There's
able
no
to
one on
touch
the
it.
point. British Hurricane able to just dominate with their time bank, with their ults, and they play it out by the numbers.
It's so good from Sooner as well, because the majority of these fights that they were playing before is very slow on their attack, very calculated. So Shoes Money Crew come back to this one like, okay, we're going to formulate a plan. How are we going to deal with this next push of theirs? They are not expecting Sooner to be in a position where he is. By all means, it's a very counterable play. Being in this wings, they can just immediately jump on the Sooner, but they're not expecting it. You saw JKL looking completely forward. He was expecting the major of the aggression coming from the front side.
If you're Hurricane, JK Law was the problem for you. I have no problem with Sooner going for the solo grab there. Orb of Discord immediately comes onto that target. Even with Primal Rage, he just gets burnt through. All the
just weren't
attention
expecting it.
was on Winston, shutting him down. At that point, what backline are you going to jump on with less than a quarter of your HP bar? Absolutely nothing you could do. We're going to have a look at some highlights of the first half so far. I say half, but we could only be seeing 3 maps here the way this is going. Hurricane on the warpath as they're looking to get that final spot.
Yeah, this could really just be the first 2/3, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And really, it's all coming down to Sooner. The way I see this guy is I thought he was quite a quiet Zarya in group stages, but he provided so much value for his team, so many good grabs for them to be able to capitalize on, and that's what he looks for, these good team grabs. But I think the major thing that I'm seeing right now is Sooner is becoming a lot more aggressive, really punishing Mouse here, who is frequently out of position, and they're finding picks onto him. As soon as you lose that huge DPS output that is the Zarya, Sooner just runs rampant after that. And it's very difficult for this team to shut them down.
That's exactly what they're going to try and do here because they're on their last life. It's now going to series point for British Hurricane as they now lead the series 2-0. 3 map wins, buys you a ticket to Krefeld and our finals on the 3rd of May. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to bring you what could be the final map of this semi-final.